extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali world all the time. Extra lit, extra lit, extra lit.
You know what it is, man.
Shout out to my...
It's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some of the ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy, Big Cali, man. And we here, man, for another episode of Big Cali World. I'm here at Element Recording Studios in Pomona, man. Shout out my boy Cast Ones on the ones and twos.
Peace.
You know, we got the productions going all day. And yeah, man, another day and feeling good, feeling great. And we got a special guest. I don't even know how to give this man an intro. Let's just say one of my favorite rappers.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite all-around artists to begin with. Your friend, my friend, Mr. Stevie Crooks is in the building.
It's me, it's him. It is I. It is the air you breathe. Your nightmare, your dreams.
I hate that
everything.
intro. I hope you hear with this creepy ass music in the background with that intro. Everyone's like, what the fuck did I just walk into?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the night. Hey, yo, 94.7 away. KTWV. Channel 5. And see, I can do that shit all day. That's my shit.
All right.
But what's popping though, man?
Shit.
How you feel about that intro?
That intro was very eclectic, if that's the term to use.
Yeah, my boy Cassius and Demore produced that and made that Son of Me
I wasn't
Slim.
expecting that. Like, I was expecting just like some random song to play, and then it was like somebody that I knew, and then him saying somebody's name that I knew. So that shit was like, yo, what? This is a real intro.
Yes. We're not playing here, bro.
Real intro. Fire
We're not playing
shit.
here, man.
Fire
I
shit.
appreciate you coming through, bro.
Fire shit.
Feeling good, feeling great. We over here off this little thing he brought.
I brought a little jacket.
A little thing.
I brought a little
good.
bottle of Honey Daniels.
A little Honey Hey, yeah, that was funny. Earlier I was like, yeah, he got this Honey Daniels. Everybody looked at me like, who the fuck is Honey Daniels? Yeah. You don't know who Honey Daniels is.
That's Superhead.
Not only is that Superhead, that's Superhead when she did the porn with Mr. Marcus. And that was her name in the porn. So just to let y'all know, God ain't through with me yet. I'm still recovering.
I'm a weed.
And if you don't know, you know, you need to watch it. Go ahead. It actually revolutionized the way women were involved in my life in middle school and high school.
You might be right.
Oh, man. But anyway, bro.
That bitch is doing the cucumber challenge.
Man, the cucumber challenge is so fucking weird. Bitches is really out here eating. I don't know what that is. Who did that first?
I don't know.
What would you do if a girl sent you a video of her licking a cucumber aggressively?
I could have used that for a salad. Damn it.
I could have used that for some water. I could have did anything with that.
With a little sliced lemon in the shit.
Man, you don't know about that lemon and cucumber, so I
definitely do.
That's how I know you've been living in Palm Springs. That's in every fucking hotel in Palm Springs.
Facts.
In the lobby.
It come automatically.
Hey, man, that's where I found out about it. I was like, okay, cool.
For the 2 years that I stayed there, that shit changed my life. I didn't know what.
What was it? If you don't know, you know, we can start, but just talk about your time in Palm Springs. Like, because I always like to talk about my time. It was majestic.
My time in Palm Springs was very self-reflecting, I would say.
That was very responsible of you of a tone to say.
Yeah, well, like, you know, like, I'm used to certain things.
Yeah.
And me going out there, none of that shit was happening.
Right.
So, like, I feel like, I'm not going to say that Palm Springs is, like, cultureless, but as far as, like, the culture that I'm used to, that shit's not there. So, like, me going into places and having culture, I feel like a fucking fly in a glass of milk. To the point where it made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But then it got to a point where I accepted that I lived there to like, it just made me become more of me. Because I would walk into places and I'm like, fuck this shit. If I'm gonna be the only nigga that's in here, I'm gonna be full on Stevie. Like,
full on.
I don't care what none of these people, you know, think about what I got going on. I done been in a lot of places with my do-rag on. I got my do-rag on right now.
And that's a suede do-rag, by the way. Just let everybody know.
But like, it's crazy. Like, me going in Palm Springs where it's a lot of old people.
Yeah.
And I'm not an old nigga, like, you feel me? So I'm walking into places where I'm trying to like Albertsons or something.
Yeah.
Everybody is old in Albertsons, and I'm the only person that's in line that's not old and a nigga.
Yeah, so you can show. You know when I experienced that is during Coachella. When you go to the little store, that Rouse right there outside of Coachella.
Right.
It's right there. Anyone who goes to Coachella knows about that grocery store if you camp. Because that's where literally you get all your supplies.
You get everything, yeah.
Yeah. So we go there and you walk in and they just look at you like,
Yeah, yup.
And I ain't gonna say they, but
yeah, it's they.
Let's just say the desert looks at you. They know, but they're very welcoming.
Call them others.
I will say that out of most places I've ever been to, spent a lot of time. I started my career, DJing and hosting was in the desert.
Right.
At the
well, that's the thing. It teaches you how to be yourself when you're out there because you are the only person that is like yourself.
Damn.
And when you're a lot of your friends don't live out there, so you have to make other friends.
Yeah.
And you have to not judge. And once you realize those aspects, then it teaches you about yourself, and you're able to be comfortable in those environments because you know exactly who you are. And you know exactly where you fit in. You know exactly when it's your time to talk. You know exactly when it's your time.
Because you already been doing that research and doing that.
Exactly. You know exactly when it's your time to showcase your talents and things of that nature and what you know.
What led you to go to Palm Springs? Of all places to go, what's your story about going to Palm Springs?
Well, my family just kind of scattered everywhere. So
How old were you?
This is recent. This is maybe 3 years ago. My family scattered everywhere, and yeah, like it was just, I'm not trying to, be on the streets.
Yeah, right.
So I actually moved in with my DJ Adam Up. Shout out to DJ Adam Up.
Shout out DJ Adam Up.
I moved in with him, and I just had like that stage where I don't know what the fuck I was doing with my life.
Everyone had to do that.
Yeah, I had to figure it out. So I was sleeping on the couch, you feel me? Building character is what we call it, building my character. And I was like, you know what? I looked in the mirror and I'm like, yo, this is not what I need to be doing.
Right.
I'm greater than this. I'm bigger than this. So I had to motivate myself to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I got up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and nigga just went real pedestrian and started looking for a job.
Damn.
And
humbling.
Yeah, very humbling experience. I started looking for a job. I found a job at FedEx. And I literally showed up to the gate every day at like 4:30 at the FedEx gate, asking, can I speak to a manager? And finally, Mike came out. Shout out to Mike. He gave me a boost. He put the battery in my back for me to get to where I am now. But he's like, you know what? Like basically he was tired of me showing up.
Right.
And he's like, look, just come in the morning, just come in the morning.
Yeah.
Came in the morning, I got an interview, and I got the job. And after that, I just leveled up. I leveled up, and I end up, because I wasn't doing music at the time, because I just didn't feel comfortable doing music. I just wasn't in that space to do music. I felt like I felt like shit, basically. I felt like I was nothing. I did not matter. So I had to go through a phase of just being solo dolo and just being in this dark place and trying to find the light. And when I found that light, I started doing music.
When was that moment that you found that light? Or where would you say the moment, like what led to that point where you're like, all right, my nigga, I've been grinding. Now I didn't went to the point where I didn't strip myself of all the shit.
I stripped myself of everything.
Yeah,
because I didn't have a phone. I broke up with my girl at that time. I didn't have no money. Luckily, I had a whip at the time, and that is what was getting me places.
Yeah.
And I just
I
got to a point, maybe like 2016. I was comfortable with doing music again. So after Bar Kelly dropped, maybe like a year passed, and I wasn't doing shit.
So you dropped Bar Kelly and then moved to Palm Springs, and then that's where all that shit.
I just went downhill, like. I went downhill, and then it was like 3 years after. It was 3 years passed, and then I dropped Redemption. But if you listen to Redemption is everything about from Bar Kelly to being in Palm Springs to me getting my life.
I'm glad you brought up Redemption. I was listening to Redemption because it was on iTunes, and I was like, man, it's funny, you my homie, but I didn't realize how deep your catalog of music is.
Oh, it's deep.
Before this little break in Palm Springs, you were dropping 2 to 3 projects a year consistently since 2007, 2006.
Yes.
Even under different names, different aliases, different themes, and we'll go into that also too a little bit later.
Right.
But when I was listening to Redemption, I was like, every song is just so like, I ain't heard this confidence. It's like you had a new scene. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm about to really get this shit. And that was, because you always had like the steez, because you really an uptown Murda Val, nigga. You know, shout out to Murda.
True.
But you always had that steez, like, I'm the shit, I can do it, which you should have. But this Redemption album was on some, like, nigga, it's gonna happen regardless if you fuck with me or not.
Yeah.
And that Palm Springs, living there in the desert, stripped of everything, led to that album, you would say. Facts. But it was a 3 to 4 year.
It was a 3 to 4 year development of me finding out who I am, because when you start off early doing music, when you're young, you think you know who you are because of the music that you're making, but you're not realizing that you just kind of, you're still young, you're still learning. You are just kind of following whatever else is going on in the world. Even if you think you are a rebel, you still don't know what the fuck is going on in the world. You don't even know who you are at that time.
Real shit.
And you have to go through those stages. And me, I started doing music in like 2000. Well, I didn't start doing music in 2009, but I came out in 2009 as Stevie Crooks. That's when I really, really put my foot down. Like,
I have to stop you real quick.
When I really wanted to do
I'm gonna
this.
stop you real quick, because I don't think that's absolutely true.
Well,
because you dropped at least 10 projects fucking prior.
But peep, though,
to see the Murda knows they're gonna listen to this, bro.
Yeah, but peep though, like when I was just developing. I was like fucking, and we gonna talk about this later. I was like Simba, my nigga. Like I was young. I seen what it is to be that.
Right.
So I wanted to be that. Like when you watch The Lion King, you see, like Simba is like I want to be brave. I want to be the king one day. I want to be this and this.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know how to get there. He doesn't know what it means. He just copies what he sees.
Yeah. So would you say that all that first records was
the whole first thing is me, like, I know I want to be a rapper, but I don't know how to be a rapper. I'm just doing what everybody else is doing. If that makes sense. So then
that's real humble. But when did you know that? Did you know that the whole time?
I did not know that the whole time.
Because you used to walk around with such a confidence, like, nigga, this is what I'm doing.
I just knew that I could rap. That's the thing. But in 2009, that's when I became Stevie Crooks. I fuck J Fire. I'm gonna be Stevie Crooks. And that's when I
started off as J Fire.
Started off as J Fire.
In the Murda high school.
Let me take it there. When I first started rapping, my first rap name, my nigga, was Snake Eyes.
Wait.
Because in the 90s when I was growing up, like my dad was like big on buying us G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
And Snake Eyes was my favorite G.I. Joe character. He was just a nigga that had all black on. Like, I'd never seen his face. He always had a sword and he had a gun. And I'm just like, this is the hardest character ever.
Yeah.
So I just always loved G.I. Joe. So I was like, yeah, I'm Snake Eyes. That's crazy, right?
That's
and
so
then
deep,
I went
bro.
from Snake Eyes, and then my name was Wild Child. My cousins know about that shit. A rap name used to be Wild Child. And that's because, like, my brother used to rap too. My brother and a couple of his friends used to rap, and I was just a young nigga.
Shout out your brother, man.
Shout out to my brother. My brother's a legend.
He's a real life legend. Your brother, you know what?
My brother does everything that niggas want to do.
Hey, I'm gonna go clean. Not to throw you off on this, but your brother always showed me love.
Facts.
He always showed me love. He always showed me respect. You and I was out here wilding, getting drunk, throwing up, smoking Black and Miles.
Showed you love.
Always was there for me, man. I fuck with your brother. Real talk, man. I fuck with your whole family. Right. Hey, your family always showed me love. Sorry. Continue though, man. Go ahead. My bad. I had to.
So boom, like my brother brother was rapping at the time, and I just, once again, going back to seeing what other people do and wanting to do that because it gave me joy, seeing the joy that it brought them. So I wanted to rap because my brother rapped.
Right.
And I was always in the room with them, but sometimes they'd kick me out. Get
the fuck out of here, little nigga.
Get out of here, little nigga. You're just in here, just to be in here.
Right.
So I got the idea to like, oh, his friend's about to come over. I'm about to hide in the closet. So I start hiding in the closet, my nigga. And they just in there like writing raps and listening to beats and shit. And I used to just be chilling in the closet all the time. Like they never knew I was in there. I would like take all his clothes and pile them shits on me and just leave a little air hole for me to breathe, leave a little air hole for me to hear and shit. And I'll just be chilling in there.
What were they listening to? What were they listening to?
They was listening to like Nas, Wu-Tang. They was listening to like Exhibit.
So this is like 99, 2000?
Yeah, 96, 97. Yeah, like around that time. Like peak fucking hip hop.
Damn.
Peak hip hop. Like I think Pac just died. Biggie just died. And Hov was like on his rise. I came doing music when Hov was on his rise. And and Dr. Dre was killing shit when the West Coast was not as much gangster rap too as well. Like that right there is a very it's one of those things that a lot of people don't talk about. Like when the West Coast became not as much gangster rap, when the West Coast started.
What's like an example of a non-gangster rap to you? Like Coolio?
Nah, Coolio's gangster rap.
Oh yeah, Gangsta Paradise was probably one of them.
You had people like Dilated Peoples.
Oh right.
And you had fucking Jurassic 5.
Right.
And you had shit. You had fucking Dale the Funky Homo Sapien. You feel me? Like it was a different time for the West. And even like Exhibit wasn't gangster rap, but he was Exhibit is an example of I'm a product of the West Side.
He always said he always looked at it and was modeled by the West and did it like that.
Yeah. Well, Exhibit is from Detroit.
He for sure is, and then he moved to Arizona or some shit like that.
And then he went to LA. And he was around that shit. He just became a West Coast nigga without gangbanging. So he was lyrical. Delinquents. I don't know if you remember Delinquents.
I remember Delinquents.
Them niggas used to just rap about alcohol. That's it.
Wait, was that the Alcoholics?
Razzcast. Do you remember Razzcast?
Yeah.
That's lyrical like West Coast.
So that's okay.
So I came in at that time.
Okay, got you.
I came in at a peak time when Cannabis dissed LL Cool J. That's when I first came in.
Cannabis. Hey, what did you always have a theory about Cannabis? You say he was one of the best rappers at one point.
People hate when I say this shit.
Say it, man. Go ahead. What's the theory?
The theory is Cannabis was one of the greatest rappers of all time at one point. It may have been a week. But nobody, when I say nobody was rapping like him. Nobody was fucking with him. He had the most greatest freestyles ever at that time. Like niggas was mind blown. Like, who is this nigga?
Right.
What the fuck is this?
Right.
What is this? The nigga would say crazy shit. I could walk on the sun barefoot for 3 days. Like, what?
What's that fucking mean? You can't.
What does that mean? I could hold my breath and what did he say? I could hold my breath and make the planet stop type shit. Like,
hey man, fuck
he was
him.
Saying crazy shit. Yeah,
and then he
him.
dissed LL, and what happened?
LL dissed him back.
So
and then he died. But then he came. But then he came back.
Wait, what was the comeback? It was a comeback of Cannabis?
He made Cannabis 2000 BC, and when he made 2000 BC, Cannabis dropped a song called 100 Bars, and he was like the first rapper to ever spit 100 bars on the track.
But Game is the only one that anyone cares about.
No.
100 bars are running.
Listen to Cannabis 100 bars, and you're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is this, my nigga?
Cannabis 100 bars. I hate the way he look at it. He like, nigga.
That nigga said I got aliens coming down trying to battle me and shit. Like, what type of shit is that?
So is he the first Lupe to just like out rap himself?
He definitely he
just out rap himself.
My theory of cannabis, and this is my theory for Eminem, and this is also my theory for Lil Wayne.
Shit, this is a deep theory.
They got so good, that people don't care anymore. Damn. They are the Phoenix. Damn. They got so powerful that they kill themselves.
That's heavy.
A phoenix. What is a phoenix? A phoenix basically gets so powerful that it kills itself, but then it's reborn again.
Right. So they can always be reborn again.
They can always be reborn.
That option's available.
The option is available. But you get like listening to Eminem, he's so good that it's like.
How you feel about Kamikaze?
He raps so good that
I don't care. How about this? I listened to it 2 times. And I was like, it's good, but I don't really care. And I've heard Marshall Mathers.
But that's how I feel.
I've heard Slim Shady. I've heard Infinite.
But this is the thing. That's how I feel about cannabis now. That's how I feel about Eminem now. I heard some new Eminem shit with Conway, and he just rapped so good that like I didn't care. Like I just know that he's.
Do you have a fear of maybe even getting that well?
Same thing with Lil Wayne. Like Lil Wayne raps so Lil Wayne and good at Lil Wayne that I'm not really like excited anymore. If that makes sense.
Lil Wayne be killing verses, but it's like.
But people say that about Eminem.
What's that mean? Who cares? Honestly.
It's just, that's what I mean.
If he doesn't kill the verse, I care more. But he always kills the verse. They're gonna always kill it.
But that's the thing, like what was accomplished? They're so good that they can't surprise you anymore.
That's a scary vantage point.
Kendrick is getting there. Kendrick is so good at rapping that people don't even pay attention to his lyrics really anymore. They just know that he's good at rapping.
He won a Pulitzer Prize. He won a Pulitzer. This nigga's on some other shit, bro.
When you get to this is the thing. When you get to a level of rapping so good that the only thing you can do is rap fast.
Busta Rhymes?
Not even Busta. Busta don't be saying shit though. Busta is the babble lord.
Hey, Busta has bars though. Hey, all right,
we don't want to talk about Busta Rhymes.
We ain't gonna talk about Busta. We gonna get on Busta. That's another day.
He might try to fight me.
Let's go. If you know, you know. Just Google all those lyrics.
Shout out to my nigga Reem.
Shout out Reem. Let's go.
Shout out to Busta, man.
Shout out
changed
Busta.
the game. Busta for his generation. I feel like what Tyler was doing, or what Tyler is doing, reminds me of Busta Rhymes so much.
Hey,
his videos.
Did you listen to Igor?
Yeah, I loved it.
How do you feel about DJ Khaled's whole like thing he was mad about because the whole records, I guess he had records sold and they didn't.
Listen, I get Khaled and why he's protesting in that aspect, but body of work and the vibe that it gives you, Igor is better.
Period.
Like Khaled, you just have all the top artists on songs.
And it's tight.
Who
cares though?
We could play those records individually and somebody's gonna like it because their favorite artist is on that song.
Yeah.
But Igor is a journey. And the greatest albums send you through a journey.
What's one? You know what? When you're saying greatest albums, you know I got you here.
Yeah.
I like listening to like, I don't know if you get into Marvin Gaye, like What's Going On album. Mm-hmm. Where it's just literally like from start to finish, it's just a vibe.
It takes you there, yeah.
It just takes you there. Or like Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, or like The Wall. Mm-hmm. We can go through many different albums. What's some of your favorite top albums that you say just start to finish? Like it's like
send you through a journey.
It's just something that you just go through a journey. Not even like it don't gotta be rap.
Yeah, right. That's deep. I listen to so much music.
That's why I asked you that. And I put you on the spot too. See, because honestly,
I have a lot in my mind.
You got more than one.
Yeah, I have more than one.
I ain't gonna even say one. That's hard. Mine for sure, Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. Amy Winehouse, Back to Black.
Right.
Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. Doggy Style.
There's a Donald Byrd album that really like took me on a journey. Let me look this shit up real quick.
Go ahead, man. Yeah, but
Let me look it up.
Donald Byrd. You niggas don't know that shit about you.
Like,
You're a jazz head too.
Yeah. Like Donald Byrd. Well, Dilla. If you were a fan of Dilla, Dilla basically remade a lot of Donald Byrd songs on one of his albums, Welcome to Detroit. J Dilla, Welcome to Detroit. And that's how I found out about Donald Byrd, because of Dilla. Dilla like was remaking a lot of his songs, and it made me want to find out what is this. And I listened to that Donald Byrd album, and it's fucking fire. Like, that shit's crazy.
What is the name of the album?
I don't know. It's black and white. Yeah, you got Welcome to Detroit.
Hold on.
He got Welcome to Detroit.
My nigga Cass One. This is why you have Cass One. He out here digging in crates as this nigga Stevie talking. Is this it right here?
This isn't it. He got a Donald Byrd. It's the joint where the cover is black and white, and he's playing the trumpet, and he got an afro.
I hate those descriptions. That's how you know
exactly
he a real uptown Murda Val nigga. Look, he on the cover.
Watch this.
Hey, if you find it, you a real nigga.
Watch this.
Because honestly, how you feel about what's your relationship with just throwing it out there rapid fire, John Coltrane?
John Coltrane is a legend. John Coltrane has made songs that I played around women, and they like, oh my God, what is this? I don't know. What is this?
Right.
I feel so relaxed.
Right. You know, you know, it's funny, my whole relationship with John Coltrane, when I was going through, oh, you found the album?
Wait, let me look at the cover. What is that?
Oh shit, that's really everything he said. All right, hold on, he got it right there.
It's a nigga with an afro.
It's a nigga with an afro and a truck. You got that?
The album is called Characters.
Characters.
That's what it's called.
Look that up.
This album right here.
I'm about to go to that album. Fire. Donald Byrd. Characters. With me, John Coltrane, Love Supreme. That was my album that did it for me.
Superfly soundtrack is fire.
You don't even know what that did to me. Do you know the impact of the Superfly soundtrack?
The Superfly soundtrack is fire. Also,
that birthed the Shaft soundtrack, or the Shaft soundtrack. I don't know what came first, the Shaft soundtrack or was it
the Superfly one?
Superfly.
I don't know. It made.
I believe it was Superfly.
Isaac Hayes is definitely Shaft though.
Yeah, and then Marvin Gaye came out with Trouble Man.
Yeah.
That's when everybody started doing like their whole music, trying to do a movie wave. Like, all right. I want to do an action flick and do the whole soundtrack behind it. And Beyonce did it again with Lion King.
Facts.
I don't know if you heard.
Well, Kendrick did it first with Black Panther.
Hello.
Boom.
See? That was just a little music history for niggas. We just brought that. See, this is how me and Stevie, this all we do is talk music, history, and hip hop.
Hov did that shit with The Great Gatsby.
Niggas and American Gangster.
And Pharrell did it.
Ooh.
With what? Despicable Me.
Boom. I think he won an Oscar for that.
Yep.
Then he won an Oscar for.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
You
watch Despicable Me and you listen to the music. That's all Pharrell. All of it. Fire shit. That movie is fire.
When I listen to your music, I think it sounds like movies too. I can't lie. That's always been having your stigma, especially like when I go back to like the older classic like Flame Bond.
Niggas don't know about that.
See, we can go back like Flame Bond. That was J Fire. That's how I got introduced to you.
Niggas don't know about that.
I heard Flame Bond is like
if I drop that shit right now, it'll fucking shake up the world, nigga.
You might fuck it up. And then from Flame Bomb, then it was Stevie. Then I remember you came, you were like, mask on, motherfucker.
Right, that's when I
And then you put the mask on, and now you're starting to rap with a mask on, and it was like a whole different situation. And then I was like, okay. And then you dropped the Crooks and Castle tape, and that changed my whole life.
I was all 90s shit. I was rapping over all 90s shit before the niggas that used to sound like theirs from the 90s came out of nowhere. All that shit.
Tom Kennedy.
Come on, bro.
Pac Div.
Joey Badass.
Shout him out, but it's true. It's fact.
And I fuck with them heavy.
Nah, we fuck with Hey, I was on tour with Joey.
But this the thing. No idea is new, bro. So
It's impossible.
I may have been doing that first, but that doesn't mean that they heard who the fuck I was. They may have just thought it was a good idea to do the same shit, and they did it.
Right.
And that's just what it is.
Right.
You know, the Max, the ski Max shit, I was doing that shit.
Yeah, I might say, what made you do that whole, explain to us what Stevie Crooks is.
This is what happened, bro. Me and my nigga Mega, shout out to Mega.
Shout out El Mega.
I was going to the studio.
Right.
And we stopped at that liquor store that's over there on Sunny Mead, that's right next to the studio.
Yeah.
And we went in there, I was buying a 40. Nigga, they had no money at the time. We skated from my house. Me and El skated from my house to the liquor store. Skated, my nigga.
All right.
It's like 90 degrees outside. I'm like, look, I'm about to record this whole mixtape. I'm about to get a 40. Fuck this shit. I bought an OE. But when I was going to get the OE, I was looking down, and in the aisle is just a ski mask just chilling right there for sale. I'm like, yo, I'm about to buy this shit. And El was like, for what? I'm buying this shit. Fuck it. I bought the shit, went to the studio, put that shit on, and recorded the whole tape with the mask on. How about that?
So the whole Crooks and Castle tape was recorded with a ski mask on.
You I did that shit in one day.
The whole time.
I did that whole tape in one day. I recorded like maybe, I don't know how many songs was on that tape, but I recorded
like
the whole
19?
tape in one day. Yeah. I had everything ready though, so it wasn't like I just went in the studio and started writing the beats and shit. I had my shit ready.
Hey, hold on. See, this is that humble Moval shit that I be talking about. Fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck how prepared you were. Nigga, that's 19 tracks in one session, bro. You're like, nigga, really. Nah, don't be, nigga, you did that shit, nigga.
Right.
You did, niggas ain't dropping 19 tracks. I be in sessions with some of these rappers, they barely get 2 songs out of an 8-hour block. They be smoking weed, drinking lean, doing yay.
If you in the studio,
fucking with hoes,
if you in the studio and you paying for it, why are you wasting your time?
Because they want to do it for Instagram. It's tight.
Well, they just, I don't know.
It's tight to film for Instagram.
People look at hip hop differently. I'm not gonna judge. Fuck it. Like,
you're so, I feel you.
I can't judge. Everybody has a different process of making music. Me personally,
what's your process?
If I'm paying for the studio,
yeah,
I'm gonna go in there with everything ready. Everything
meaning
ready.
You already know
down
every
to the
song.
ad-libs, nigga. Down to the ad-libs. Fuck it. Why not? Why not? I should know exactly what I want this to sound like when I get there. And if it comes out a little bit different, I can deal with that because it's gonna be natural. But it's still, this is the foundation, and I build on top of the foundation that I already had. Why would you go to the studio without a foundation? Trying to build that foundation. It's gonna take forever. I don't want to take forever in the studio. You end up getting uninspired because you keep hearing the same beat over and over and over and over and over. And it gets to a point where you want to change the beat.
Right.
Like, I don't want to change the beat. I like this beat already. I'm ready for this shit. I'm going to record the verse that I have. I'm going to record the hook that I have. I'm going to listen to it back. And let's see what we can add or change.
Right. Do you ever...
Especially if you're paying money. Now, if I wasn't paying for shit, I'd be in there all day. Fuck it.
So if you're...
Nah. If I had a studio, which I used to when I first started rapping, I used to record myself. I had the mic, I had the interface.
Is that how you recorded
RXA? I recorded all by myself.
Damn, Robots and Angels. Yes, and niggas know, and niggas in the Murda know about Robots and Angels.
Yeah, that's a classic.
That's a classic J Fire.
That is definitely a J Fire. That was a weird album, my nigga.
Damn, that was a good time. Sorry, I went away for a bit. I looked away. I was like, man.
But it's fucking good.
You know what?
For that time, for what it was and what that music sounded like at that time, shit was good. Like, especially me being young. You know?
We were all so young.
We were all
bro.
young. Like,
but you were like the first nigga that had like an open bar, like open wine at your performances.
Facts.
You had LRG.
Facts.
You had the LRG Connect.
I had the LRG Connect.
Or they were like dummy on LRG.
Yeah.
That was fun, man.
That LRG shit was for Born on Olympus.
Wow. That's on iTunes right now too. I was listening to that also.
Born on Olympus is, I feel like it's my magnum opus. It's gonna be hard to try to top that, just because of the mind frame that I was in.
It sounded like you were in Miami when you made that shit. That sounded like
shit was crazy.
Were you wearing silk the whole time recording that shit or something like that?
I was just in a different mind frame at that time. Like nothing bothered me those days.
Right.
The only thing that bothered me was I felt like the thing that bothered me was I felt like I should have been farther than where I was. And it still bothers me to this day. Like I feel like I should be farther than where I am. But then again, when I look back at it, there's a lot of people that I did music with that are not around anymore. And it just makes me understand that, you know, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right. You know, when you were saying you did a lot of music with some people that might not be around anymore,
Right.
How do you feel about the current state of maybe music, period, the music culture in the Inland Empire as a whole, or even Southern California? I don't know how deep you want to go, but I mean,
Southern California is going through an odd phase right now. For one, the passing of Nipsey is strange for the West, but on the aspect of where we are, we also lost the vibe.
right,
And when the vibe went away, I feel like the nucleus of everybody kind of like disappeared.
Yeah.
So we all just kind of like, okay,
yeah,
we all got to figure something out. We got to figure this out. So a lot of the people that they still didn't understand how important the vibe was when they were there, it kind of disappeared. Because
what do you think it was? Like,
I think it was a lot of people were comfortable with having that around. So when you're comfortable with
I fell into that. Especially when I was younger with UTV, you know, and I'll just be real.
When you get comfortable with having it around and then shit start changing, then you don't do nothing.
Bro, especially if you you thought you were something you weren't. It gets real when the shit hits the fan. You be like, oh shit.
Right.
Wait a minute, I actually need to have some talent.
I
I need to have some content out. I need to have my shit ready.
And that's what happened with the vibe. Like a lot of the people, the vibe used to crack. There were so many artists. There were so many like great people that came there. But all those people are not around anymore. There's only like a select few people.
Man, shout out the Vibe too, man. Shout out Noah. Right.
Yeah,
he opened that.
Like, think about that though. Like a lot of the people that used to come to the Vibe and perform there or just be there or just have, you know what I'm saying? We see them regularly. I don't know what the fuck these niggas is doing.
I don't know either, bro.
Niggas got families and kids and just quit.
Not even nothing wrong.
There's
nothing
wrong
wrong,
with,
but it's
there's
just
nothing wrong with having a family and kids, but the quitting part is what I don't understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really are passionate about this and you really feel like this is what you was made for, do it. You find balance somehow, some way. I found balance. I found balance.
Did you find it when you were in Palm Springs, you say? When you had to be stripped of everything? You think that's where it probably happened?
I didn't find balance in Palm Springs. I already had balance. What I found in Palm Springs is how to be honest about what I'm going through. You know, be honest about who I am to the world and not being so secretive about what I got going on in my life. Because a lot of motherfuckers don't know what I got going on in my life.
Nah.
Nobody knows what Stevie is doing. Nobody knows where Stevie is at.
But I think that's your mystique.
It's the mystique, but then again, it also can hurt me because everybody thinks I'm okay.
Ooh.
So because everybody thinks I'm okay, nobody is worried about what I got going on because they always think that I'm straight.
No one ever cares.
Because they think that I'm straight.
That's a gift and a curse, honestly.
It's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
So with people thinking that I'm always straight, the things that they may think that they can help me with, they feel like they don't need to do it or ask me about it because they think I'm already good. When at the end of the day, maybe that idea that they have to help me out or even help both of us out or what we got going on, that shit might pop.
Right.
I've been doing this shit by myself for the longest, bro.
Right.
By myself. And
Right.
I've been here and I just wish that things would have been different as far as like how the IE has turned out. But it's a new day.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, my whole take.
I just feel like a lot of, like, at that time, we had something great going, and it just fucking just stopped.
I think we all just grew up and got to the point where we knew we had to capitalize. Because we kind of got, I think we got stagnant with being together and doing it together and not really like capitalizing outside of our bubble. And then the few that
me and Dre definitely was out.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
The few that did,
I definitely was going out of my way.
Exactly. The few that did are still currently
right. Noah was going out of his way. Curtis was going out of his way.
Yeah.
Like, Dre and UTV, they was going out of their way.
Right.
I was going out of my way.
Yeah.
You know, because I just didn't want to be just selected to that area. Like, there's so many times where I did shows in LA and I was the only nigga from the IE there. And I had to rep. If I didn't rep, because as soon as they say, oh, Stevie Crooks from the Inland Empire or Moreno Valley or yada, 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 everybody's like, we don't want to hear this shit.
It's so funny that we get that mystique, man.
And then I get on stage and I gotta rep.
Faces are melted, though.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You're fucking melting faces.
I go in there knowing that they feel that way about where I'm from. And I go in there like, fuck all y'all. I'm going to give y'all a fucking show.
Right.
And it gets to a point where everybody is like, yo, what the fuck just happened? They're puzzled.
I'll be wondering.
I've been told that they don't, what just happened so many times. Like, yo, what was that? So many times. That's the favorite thing that people say to me. What was that?
When it came to you learning performing,
James Brown. Boom. That's it. James Brown.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
Hardest working man in show business. Hey, man.
I grew up listening to James Brown. I grew up watching videos of James Brown.
Do you record on the one now? Is that where you learned it? Did you get it on the one? Is that where you got it? You learned it on the one?
James Brown, yeah. James Brown. I don't know what I was watching, but they were talking about him, or he was talking about himself, and he basically was saying, like, if they don't see how I feel about my words, they'll never feel my music.
Damn.
Like people have to feel what you say.
Right.
And if they don't feel what you say, you just up there walking back and forth, spitting lyrics.
GD, that's a lot of what's going on, not even just in Inland Empire, just in the game nowadays.
The game right now, everybody has the tracks behind them, and nobody really like stops their music. Nobody really, people talk still when they have tours and stuff like that. But as far as like the mainstream, they had that hit record, they come out, they do it, and then.
Who are you fucking with right now in the mainstream? In mainstream media or mainstream hip-hop? I'm talking right mainstream. Hip-hop. I could turn on the radio and their music is on.
I love how great Post Malone writes.
Real nigga. Hey, you know what? Can I talk about Post Malone a little bit? I've heard from sources that I know in LA, this nigga Post Malone is a serious artist.
Oh yeah, no.
Like I heard this nigga knocks out tracks. Like he goes in the studio and just like kind of like on Yo type shit. Like he's ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready at all times.
Yeah. Like I seen you go in the studio. You be like, yo, Cali, come to the studio. I got the block. I show up 2-3 hours later. You got 9 songs done.
Facts.
And we in there another 4. Yep. And then we're putting together the album the last hour. Right. And then it drops the next week.
Facts.
You're performing it the next week after that.
Yep. That's how I am. But,
3-week turnaround, full album with performances.
I trained myself to be that way though. I had to train myself to be. I had to train myself to have that etiquette inside the studio where I'm not smoking. If I'm drinking, I'm barely sipping. While everybody else is doing what they doing, I'm still in music mode.
Right.
I let everybody else have fun, but I'm still in music mode. Y'all can talk, y'all can do all that shit, but as long as the engineer is involved in what I got going on and I'm there, I'm doing what I got to do.
Right.
It's always been that way. Everybody knows that. Every time I invited somebody to the studio, they can tell you that I've always done what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, real nigga, I've never seen you waste a goddamn minute.
Ever.
A goddamn minute. You ain't wasting shit. I stopped
y'all from talking last time we were Remember that? Fuck out there, yo. Fuck out there. I know
You're like, hey,
that's
my
cool.
nigga, come on, man. Like,
Right,
hold
that's
on
cool
real quick,
and
though.
all, but yo, yeah, that's cool and all.
I gotta get this done real quick. Hold
let me
up.
get up in here.
Cause for sure, those don't trip. As much as we talking and laughing, RJ's watching.
Right, yeah.
His time is
join
still
right in, right.
But nah, man, that's your fucking work ethic is crazy though, man.
Yeah, I feel like I've like I said, I've trained myself to be that way, and it didn't just come from like me like thinking I gotta beat it. Like I learned from people that have been in the industry.
Right.
You know, like I learned from people that have
Who would you say is somebody or some people that people may not have known that may have helped you around that really formed you and morphed you?
Man, shout out to Zanero. Shout out to Zanero.
Damn, shout out Zanero.
Zanero is like my mentor. Like without Zanero, I wouldn't even be here right now. Shout out to him. Like he taught me so much without even knowing that he taught me.
Right.
Because his work ethic was, I gotta make like 6 beats right now. And just me being there, I didn't really make beats, but I rapped. So like he's making 6 beats, I gotta make 6 songs. I gotta match up with that. I didn't make 6 songs at the time though. I was still learning. I would write to whatever I could. And we would be making music till from 5 to like 5 in the morning.
Damn.
Just going through samples and writing bars and just being in there.
Right.
But he learned that from other people in the industry as well. And it just passed down. And then I started exploring myself and shout out to YouTube because YouTube has.
You're the second person. You know, it's funny. We just had it. We are our first guest. Shout out
YouTube.
Low. I was saying he was talking about entrepreneurship and business.
Yeah,
and he was saying, I
YouTube.
said, did you learn anything? How'd you learn this? Did you go to college? He was like, nah, I ain't never went to no motherfucking college. Hell nah. He said, I learned everything off YouTube.
Facts.
He said, I learned everything. This nigga negotiates deals and has multiple streams of income with a portfolio.
I'm not gonna say.
You can use this as a mixer if you want to.
Right. I'm not gonna say I learned how to rap off YouTube. What I did learn is how to be an artist.
Right. Because
the artists that I looked up to when they have their interviews, I'm able to watch their interviews. I'm able to take their advice.
That's how I learned my shit too. When it came to, I consider myself like I'm starting this podcast, like Big Cali World. I've been doing Argoon Radio for about a year. But my major was radio broadcasting and mass media when I went to Clark, Atlanta University. But I learned the craft of asking questions and everything from YouTube and watching interviews. Right. But I watch old ones like Barbara Walters, Deion.
Yeah, I watch old shit.
I was like Deion Sawyer, I'm fucking faded. That's how I know.
Nigga, I'm a hip hop encyclopedia. Like,
nigga,
you know a lot of things
too much about hip hop, bro.
There's a lot of things that a lot of niggas don't know about hip hop.
I was about to say, hold up, not even just hip hop though. Not to cut you off. It's a lot of shit you know about other shit that's nothing to do with hip hop.
Yeah, I know a lot of
that. A lot of people be like, why do you know all this info?
I don't know why I know a lot of the shit that I know. I just know it.
That's why if you listen to your raps, it's very out there. It goes out there. You have a whole song where you made a whole theory about D, like it was like Friday and D with that verse.
Right.
And you went in deep, man.
Yeah.
Go into his catalog, go into there, look into there.
No, but that's how Born on Olympus started though. Born on Olympus was I had this day where I just like I got really into like fucking I don't know what fucking movie I watched. I think it was like fucking Percy, what is this shit called? Percy
Miller?
Not fucking Percy Miller, bro.
Shout out, I got the hook up
Shout out to Percy Miller, by the way.
I was about to buy, I got
Percy
the hook
Miller
up
got
too.
his own shoes. You need to cop those.
Yeah,
shout out to Percy Miller.
Not Balenciaga,
Percy, what's the Percy movie? There you go. Percy Jackson.
Good shout out Emron.
So look.
Productive culture.
Percy Jackson. The first Percy Jackson movie I thought was fire. I like that shit. I like movies like that. But I've seen shit like that before. But I didn't really look into it. So it gave like a whole different spin of like the Greek mythology when I watched that movie.
Right.
It just made it look different for me. Cause I'm like, the basic shit is like the movie Hercules, you know, fucking Jason and the Argonauts, fucking Clash of the Titans, shit like that, like the basic shit.
Yeah, and that's why I was wondering.
Those are the basic things. So
even
when I
the
seen,
beats are all like methodical and
right. So
big band.
So when I seen the Percy Jackson movie, I'm like, yo, this is a whole fucking, it's revised Greek mythology, but it's like in our time. So I was like, yo, I need to like make an album like this.
Right.
So I just got deep into reading about Greek mythology. I went and watched like every Greek mythology movie I could. I watched 300 1,000 times.
Shout out 300.
I watched all that shit 1,000 times. I just kept studying. I kept studying, and then I
What's
was like,
that
okay,
big
I'm
movie?
ready.
It was old. They had it in Any Given Sunday with Jamie Foxx there watching. He was watching it with Al Pacino at the end, and it was like the Romans. It was like an old movie though. Fuck, I'm high. I can't think of it. I'm fucking high. This good ass fucking weed over here. I can't remember.
Any Given Sunday.
Anyway, yeah, you ain't seen it. Shout out Any Given Sunday, Al Pacino.
Shout out to LL Cool J and Jamie Foxx.
But anyway, the point of what I was saying.
Them niggas is chunking on set.
Hey man, you remember Jamie Foxx was like his lips was glossy. Those was glossy. You're a big thug rapper with glossy.
I can't wait till Eddie Murphy stand-up comes on Netflix.
Shout out Eddie Murphy in that $70 million they said.
It's worth it. You know why? You want to know why I say that? Because Eddie Murphy's able to cuss now on that shit.
Yeah.
Unless he chooses the Chris Tucker route, which I doubt.
I hate the. Hey, how'd you like the Chris Tucker new stand-up? The brand new Chris Tucker stand-up.
I felt like there's a lot of dry spots.
It was funny.
He's funny because he's Chris Tucker.
It wasn't. I can't
the jokes
accept
weren't
that.
funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How'd you feel about the Chris Rock stand-up?
Same shit. It's funny because it's Chris Rock.
Sorry, we just getting played because it's the people. How do you feel about the Dave Chappelle one?
Dave Chappelle was funny.
The second one?
The second one was funnier than the first. The first one I didn't.
You
really
like the talk one where it was like kind of like a Q&A kind of? It wasn't really like joke. Yeah, he was just smoking cigs.
I've always liked Dave Chappelle because he's honest.
I just love
a lot of comedians are honest, but I feel like Dave Chappelle is like brutally honest.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to like.
I love the fact that he did that comparison with Iceberg Slim, and he was talking about Comedy Central, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And there's pimping. Because it really does go down. I mean, I'm not even in the industry.
We almost at the end?
Nah. Are we?
Oh, we got time to talk.
We goody. Okay. We good? Okay, yeah. Oh, my bad. We smoking. My bad. Oh, I'm smoking. You should.
Nah, but I fuck with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I want this shit to like boost his career.
It's gonna revive. It's gonna do everything. It's gonna make it. He
doesn't need to do kids movies.
He did Nutty Professor.
He doesn't need to do kids movies anymore.
I'm over it. I like Daddy Daycare, though. I'm gonna come clean.
Stop it, Eddie
Daddy
Murphy.
Daycare was kind of tight.
It's funny, but come on,
I'm over
my
it.
nigga.
He made Nutty Professor, though. Do you ever think about how dope Nutty Professor really is?
He made Haunted Mansion. Fuck out of here. Fuck Eddie Murphy. Come on,
Hey,
man.
what was that movie where he couldn't lie?
Eddie Murphy, you gave us Coming to America. Why would you do this to us? You want to make both.
I heard he's coming out with a Dolomite movie now.
He is?
Like Dolomite.
Is he going to be in it?
He's going to be playing Rudy Ray Moore.
That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, I knew Eddie Murphy was still funny when he was on, what is that, Cadillac Records? Is that what that movie is?
No, you're talking about Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls.
Where he got butt naked and was doing that coke.
That's when I knew Eddie Murphy was still funny. So that's why I can't wait for this new shit to drop.
That scene where he did
he was able to just...
That scene where he looked up at his girl and his girl was like, "You really gonna do that coke?" And he looked so sad. He did that one line and then went outside and got butt naked on stage.
Shout out to Charlie Murphy, R.I.P. my nigga.
Man, R.I.P. Charlie Murphy.
R.I.P.
But nah, to bring it back to what we were talking about, when I listen to your music, when you're saying a lot of influences and stuff like that, I know a constant theme always comes up that I don't think a lot of people address. It's literally you always bring up your grandma.
Yeah.
You always say, like, I want to do this for my grandma. I want to make sure she good. She's still in Compton.
For sure.
And I want to know, like, maybe just if you want to touch on it, maybe a little bit about your background in that.
Well,
why is that so prominent? Because you see a lot of people talk about mamas, but not grandmas.
Yeah, yeah. I love my mama to death.
Of course, I'm just
That's that's definite. But like my grandmother, when I was a baby, my mother and father were working a lot.
Right.
They already had my brother and my sister, so they were working a lot.
Yeah.
And my brother and sister were already in school, so they can go to school and spend that half of the day, you know, where they at.
Right.
And they'll be good. Me, being the baby, you know, my mom and dad can't take me to work. Where do they take me? To my grandma's house.
Right.
So a lot of the beginning of my life is in Compton. And me and the things that she showed me and the things that I ate and just the music that I listened to and just the soul that I felt when I was there.
Yeah.
Developed a lot of who I was. I was different than my brother and sister because of that, you know?
Right.
And I have so much love for my grandmother because that's what I seen growing up. When you're younger, who you see growing up, that is, you know,
right.
You're used to it.
Right.
You love it. It brings you back home. So me being older and when I did see my grandmother, it brought me back to those moments of being stress-free and the things that I may be thinking about now. I don't think about those things when I'm around her. You know, she passed.
I'm sorry about that, man.
No, it had to happen. Her passing put me in a position where I'm like, you did not get to see me become who I wanted you to see me become, and now you will. You know,
damn.
It put energy in me.
You know, it's crazy because even when my father passed away, that pushed me, right. And that gave me that extra, because I think about it even with my weight loss right now, what I'm doing with my life and changes, and even what I'm doing with this podcast and putting out content and doing shit, I'm like, man. And I'm not gonna get emotional or nothing, but it's damn, it's my dad, I know he'll be proud right now.
Right, exactly.
And that means more than anything to me at this exact moment in my life. That's it. So I'm just that's why I can understand why your music and you bring it up so much.
I bring it up because as the person that was there, that's what I saw growing up.
Right.
That's the person that taught me a lot of things that you know, embraced me for who I was.
Right.
And now it's I gotta represent.
Of course.
You know, you gotta represent. I represent my family to the T.
You do.
If you meet me and you get around my family, you about to see me and everybody.
Yeah, you do.
If you meet my nephew Xavier though,
shout out your nephew.
Shout out Xavier the most. Shout out Xavier, the most popular person that I know.
That's your big bro son,
my older
right?
brother's son. Xavier.
I've been knowing him since he's a little boy. I've been seeing him.
Xavier is more famous than I am. Straight up, Xavier, I think
how old is he now?
Xavier is 13.
No, he's not. He's a teenager.
Xavier 13.
Your nephew's a teenager?
And he wears a size 13.
This is a lot right now, bro.
Niggas don't know, but back in the day, Janae Aiko brought Xavier on this backstage with her.
That's so lit.
At Coachella.
Oh,
how about that?
Oh, damn.
A lot of kids can't say that shit. Sheck West. Me, nigga. I used to have my nephew on stage everywhere. First time I ever headlined the Glass House, I had Xavier on the stage.
Right.
And he was there, acting like nobody was there, being himself.
Chilling.
So what my family is always, the way that my family is, we put confidence into the children.
Yeah.
So when they do something, it don't matter what it is, they tie their shoe,
we hey,
let's go.
You know, I'm gonna come clean.
We build them up.
I worked with LaShonda,
right?
Cousin.
Okay.
She always rapped for you, bro. And I
shout
loved her.
LaShonda.
She was and I have to shout her out because you know what's crazy? She was the one person there that always helped me. That was always nice to me. That always shouted me out and was always cool and always literally always showed me love, and she always talked good about you and was always happy about you, bro. She was always happy. You need to hear about my cousin. If you gonna DJ, you need to play his shit. We gonna do it like a real motherfucker. But she was always there. So shout out LaShonda, and your family's always been down, man. Real talk.
I got a big family. I got both sides of my family. My mother's side of the family.
Where are they all from? Your mommy asking.
My mother's side of the family is from South Central, and my dad is all Compton. And my dad's mother, which is my grandma, she had 10 kids.
Damn.
So they known.
Yes.
Any family with 10.
Y'all spread it all over Compton.
We everywhere, yeah. Everybody know the Montgomerys and shit.
The Montgomerys.
Yeah. So
oh, man.
It's and my pops and his brother and his, like some of his, they used to dance. My dad used to be a Soul Train dancer. And
are you serious? Your dad was a Soul Train? Hey, did you watch the Soul Train show on BET?
Which one?
It was some show on BET. No. It was some new shows, like a scripted show on BET. Watch it. It's cool. It's pretty deep. It shows Don Cornelius doing hella drugs.
Oh, shit.
Hella shit. So that's why I know the 70s was deep, man. Our parents,
70s was deep.
Our parents went through some shit, bro.
Yeah.
They had us. But anyway, he was a Soul Train dancer, so I know he sees some shit.
My pops was a Soul Train dancer. Like, my pops was like...
So you've been in the industry.
Yeah, my pops entertainment. I wish I could show you a picture of my pops. Like, I got videos of my pops dancing on movies and shit on my phone.
Was your mom a dancer also?
Nah, my mom was just hood.
I love it. A
lot of people don't know it, but my mom is a gangster. Like, and I love my mom to death, but like, my mom. Your mom is
so nice. I've met her mom. She's so cool. I would never think that.
My mom.
That's usually the most gangster motherfuckers.
Facts.
That's usually the most gangster niggas in the world.
My mom been shot twice, and my mom got stabbed 6 times.
What?
My mom has got away from the cops on a dirt bike.
What? These are stories you're hearing as a kid?
These are just stories.
Life.
This is just real life stories. Like,
oh my God.
My mom. Let me tell you this story that my mom and dad. I mean, my mom.
I need it.
Look, my mom growing up with her brothers. Basically, I used to live in this crib in LA. In LA at that time, like crack was like going crazy it was like the beginning of it. Right. So they're like, if anybody knocks on this door, don't let him in because we got the key. So if anybody knock on this door, you take this shotgun, you take your brothers and sisters and you lay down, all y'all lay down, hold the shotgun, lay down and aim at the door, but aim low because when you shoot it, it's gonna pop up.
Who's she telling this to?
This is the pops talking to my mother.
Oh my God. So this is how your mom was raised.
This is how my mom was raised. My mom said she was raised in the household where gunshots go off in the house all the time. It wasn't a normal thing, but like when their mom and dad is arguing, gunshots definitely would go off. Because their pops used to nigga just had the heat, and when he get mad, he just shoot.
This is in LA.
It's in LA, South Central. Nickerson Gardens.
Oh my God.
So, but my mom ended up, of course, when you have like 3 older brothers and you're a woman, you grow up just beautiful. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like
that's usually how it works. Like every bad female always got like 3 brothers.
Right, 3
that's
brothers.
Crazy.
Right, 3 hood ass.
Always works out.
3 hood ass niggas and then a fine ass little sister and shit. Right. So my dad at the time.
I need to know how this work out.
My dad and his homeboy was at the mall, and they was just looking for women, you know.
Yeah.
And they were just looking for women. They had a contest, like whoever gets to her first is gonna get her number. So his homeboy took the elevator, and my pops took the escalator. She was upstairs, and my pops took the escalator, but he ran up the escalator, and he got to her first.
Get the fuck out of it. So it was all my chat, like literally.
So then when he got to her and he started talking to her, she told him, I know who you are. I've seen you dance before, yada, yada, yada. Fire, right? Fire. I know you.
Shout out Pops.
Pops was already famous. Name? They used to call him Scooby.
Shout out Scooby.
Shout out Scooby,
man.
If you seen a picture of Scooby, only I got the pictures of Scooby.
And you look
right
just
now.
like your mama, though. So do you look more like your mama or your daddy?
I look like both of them.
That was a great answer. I set you up for that one. That was good.
I look like my mom, but then like if you see a picture of my...
You look dead like your mama when I seen you.
If you see a picture of my pops, like when he was my age, you'd
be
like, oh, like, wait, this is Stevie Crooks.
That's crazy.
Let me find this real quick.
Nah, you good, because...
Let me find a picture of Scooby. Y'all don't understand. And my mama looked like Fancy from Jamie Foxx show.
Wow. Hold up. with all due respect, sir. Your
Don't
mama.
disrespect me, my nigga.
I know. I know. Come on, bro. Can I show? Can
You can show.
Okay, look. Come on, man. You got that? That's it, man.
Yeah. That's why I'm gorgeous now.
That's great hood love, though.
Yeah, no, that's where it's at. Hold on, let me find Scooby though.
Oh, that's reformed. That's reformed Scoob.
No, that's way before. Hold on, let me find Scooby.
This is comedy. Oh man, hey yo, Cass, man, these beats are hard, bro.
Right,
I can't lie.
Prepare to be amazed by my nigga Scoob.
Yeah, man.
AKA my pops.
That's fucking crazy, man. I'm over here wavy, feeling good, feeling great.
Let me tell you, my pops knew Tookie Williams too.
Of course.
Yeah. Tookie Williams actually saved his life at a party one time.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, I need this story right now. Go ahead.
Basically, it's
we got a
like,
few minutes left. We can get one more story and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Hood niggas was on my pops like heels because he was getting crazy on the dance floor and niggas was hating.
This is back when battling was deep. Like if you really like.
My
so is he breakdancing?
No, he popped.
Oh, he was like
locking.
That.
He a locker. I don't know if you know what that is, but
that's
niggas that lock like.
Was he around during the time where they were throwing those parties at like the amphitheater? Well, I mean, the convention center.
My dad was at the concert that they had at the LA Stadium. I don't know. You know what concert that is? It was like the Watts.
That's what I know what you're talking about.
Called?
I know what you're talking about. Whereas Isaac Hayes and all them was there.
My dad was there.
It's a documentary about that.
Yeah, my
shit.
dad was there with his dancing group. They was dancing in the crowd at that time.
God.
Yeah. He low key. I think he said he was on there. Like they showed a picture of him and his crew dancing on there.
So this is literally in your bloodline.
Yeah.
This is what
entertainment is there.
When did you were you performing as a kid?
Actually, yes. When I was younger, when we used to live in Bellflower, everybody used to be in the living room, and I used to just come out, and I used to just dance in front of everybody. I don't know, like I used to have underwear on top of my head. I don't know why that shit so, but like when you were younger, like Spider-Man was like popping at the time. Like Spider-Man just became like a popular hero.
Right.
Around that time, it's like what, 90?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Spider-Man was popular. I used to watch
91, 92,
me and my dad
93.
used to watch X-Men. We were X-Men.
Okay, before that though. Before that, it was only Captain America, Spider-Man, Hulk, and Iron Man.
Okay. They
were old ass cartoons.
What year is this?
It's like Tony Stark's.
Damn.
Makes you feel he's the coolest cat with the hottest skin.
I hate you rapping to the beat.
Captain America.
I hate you know.
Like all those shit, bro.
I hope it's someone listening to this like, nigga, he knows.
Yeah, like all those. I used to watch that shit. Captain America had a live action TV show back then. And like early, bro. It was just some white nigga with like a Captain America suit.
Yeah.
A Brocky nigga that just throw his shield at the Red Skull and shit.
Who's your favorite villain of all time?
My favorite villain of all time?
Because you always talk about you're a villain, and a lot of your music, you're a villain. That just pissed off everybody. He said Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, is his favorite villain. And you want me to tell you something? I mildly agree with you, off the record and on the record. How about that? Because that nigga became president and is still president, and Dana got accused of rape, said grab you by the pussy, is a known racist. And don't get me on a rant. I'll go on a rant about Mr. Trump. He did it. He did this shit.
I'm still looking for Scooby.
Donald Trump and Joker are the same. How about that?
Donald Trump and fucking Donald Trump and Debo on Fifth Element are the same.
Debo on the Fifth Element? You're Chris Tucker on the Fifth. You're Chris. Oh man, if niggas ain't seen the Fifth Element.
By the way, Chris Tucker, greatest movie is Money Talks.
I agree.
Period.
I agree.
I don't care what nobody says.
Rush Hour 1 or Rush Hour 2? Go.
Money Talks.
I feel you, man. Well, man, before we wrap this up, man, before you show me this last thing of Scooby.
Let me find Scooby.
Go ahead, man. But I have one question for you. You've done a lot, man. A lot of projects, a lot of stuff coming. We got some shit we working on in the near future. Me, you, Cast One. But what is your dream collab, man?
My dream.
What is if no budget, No nothing. You can have whatever you want. You want some Drake shit. You can have whatever you want. If it's available, you can have it. What's your dream collab?
My dream collab? That's hard. I'm a Gemini, so it's two different thoughts of that. So can I
You get 3.
I get 2.
You get 2.
I take 2.
Cool.
I personally want to do a whole album with Alchemist.
On some Gangsta Gibb shit? Like that Gangsta Gibb Currency type shit?
And I would love to do a project with Party Next Door.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a shocker. Why Party?
Party is Think You Me. If I did R&B, my nigga, I think I would. I'm getting there though.
Do we have more R&B shit coming from you?
Yes, you do. But it'll never be full on. You know, if I started off with just doing R&B, I think I would.
Cause you did it with Bar Kelly.
Yeah, Bar
but
Kelly.
Fuck R. Kelly.
But fuck R. Kelly. Fuck R. Kelly.
We ain't even gotta talk about him past that.
He getting locked up. Fuck him.
Yeah, he is. You took it off the internet, right?
Yes.
So no one will ever hear Bar Kelly, the project.
Yeah, I took that off. He disrespected me.
So yeah.
I found a picture of Scooby. Oh my God.
Wow.
Who can do that right now in the world?
Wait, is he doing a kick?
In the air.
This is great.
And he got an S on his suit.
Hold on, do you got this? You got this, Imran? Scooby, shout out Scooby, man. This is Stevie's pops. What year is this? Circa what?
I don't even know.
78?
Gotta be.
Circa 78. We gonna say 70, circa 78.
Let's say 77.
Back when it was pure.
Look at his hair.
This when it wasn't stepped on. This when Pablo was running shit.
Facts.
All our parents was a part of it, man. We survived it.
How's your whole foot in the camera?
His whole foot. What size you were, 13?
I don't know, but how you do this? I can't even do this now. How you do this?
Is that a Jerry curl or is that the Caesar?
That's a Jerry curl.
That's a Jerry?
Nah, that's an afro. It's just like
it's just level. It's just
okay,
back.
but come on. How you do the splits in the air and land on your feet?
I fuck with your pops, man. I love your pops right now. Your pops is
wait, hold on.
Your pops is my mood right now.
Nah, hold on. Oh, by the way, my pops used to dance with Bubba Gump, Shrimp.
Wait, what? Repeat that again?
You know Bubba Gump Shrimp?
The restaurant?
The nigga from Forrest Gump?
Yes.
He was my pop's dance band.
Wait a minute. Who's the actor from Forrest Gump's name? Look that up right now.
I can't even think of what his name is.
Cass, can someone look that up?
It's the movie.
Is this footage?
It's the movie my pops is in. That's my pops right there. Look. Getting crazy. Hey.
Fuck it up.
That's Bubba Gump Shrimp right there.
Whoa, that's really him. Hey, my nigga really has footage of Stevie Crooks' dad dancing with the actor from Bubba. Hold on.
What's the nigga's name? Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's my pop's homie.
Oh shit. His name is McCleety. McCleety Williamson. Hey, you know who else he was? He was the nigga that was in Wayne Tex Hell.
Sure was. With the leather vest.
Lying bitch.
With the leather vest, right?
He had that leather vest and he threw that orange at that shit. And he was doing all that coke. So yeah, shout out Mr. Williamson, aka Bubba Gump. And shout out Scooby, aka Stevie's pops. Man. But yeah, bro. So what's next, man? Before we wrap this up, man, what's next for Stevie Crooks, man?
What's next? I got a project coming out called Street Elegance.
Okay.
It's gonna be real movie like, and then I have my main album.
So what's Street Elegance, like the mixtape?
Street Elegance is gonna be a mixtape.
Okay.
And my main album, I don't have a title yet, but it's definitely top tier music.
That's the one we working on?
If
he said yeah.
If you like Redemption, then you definitely gonna like this new shit because it's like to the max.
Right.
I've already maxed out. I've already maxed out with knowing that I can rap. Now I'm trying to make records.
Facts.
And you've seen it.
Can you explain that?
You've witnessed
Can you explain that? What's the difference between just rapping and making tight records to make a record?
Rapping is just rapping. Like, rapping is easy. Rapping is the easiest thing that you can do. Anybody can fucking rap. Anybody. You got all these people on the internet, don't matter what race they are, they can fucking rap.
Right.
It's easy to do it. You get it. All you gotta do is learn the basic formula and you just rap. Making a record, that's a whole nother situation.
Right.
And some people get lucky and they make a little like record and it's funny, so people grasp onto it.
Right.
Or there's humor behind it.
Right.
Or there's some type of thing that people don't take it serious till it gets to a point where everybody is like looking at it where it gets popular. But making a record is different. Because when you make a record, that is when you get to those stages of getting Grammys, getting awards, getting recognized, getting calls from people that you would never think that will call you because they understand that you are making records.
Right. It's the difference.
You feel me?
Right.
It's a big difference. It's a huge difference. Like,
right.
Anybody can rap, bro. You can rap.
Yeah.
I could teach you how to rap tomorrow, and I could give you a couple of lyrics and teach you a little bit of formulas, and you can be one of the nicest. Easy.
But what's that? I can't make a record, though.
You might not be able to make a record. Reason why is because it may not be you. You know?
Damn.
What makes a record is artists being able to put themselves in that, whatever the lyrics shoes are.
Have you made a record yet?
I've made many records.
Okay.
Everybody knows that I've made records.
I just wanted to
Not
see. That's why I love you, bro. That's why
let's be straight up. Let me toot my own horn.
Talk to me.
I feel like in the IE, I've been the person that has set a bar of making records because I've never just everybody knows I can fucking rap.
Yeah.
But when you hear my projects, it's like, I'm not really rapping.
You're making records.
I'm making records. I'm making shit with subjects.
Right.
And that is why it stands out so much from everybody else. Because I'm talking about something else besides just being better than another rapper. Or having more money than another rapper. Or having bad bitches.
Right.
That's easy. Anybody can do that. It's like going to the fucking basketball. It's like going to a basketball court.
Yeah.
You grab a ball, anybody can shoot. Anybody can make a basket. But can you continue to make those baskets? Can you win the game? Can you be that person that when it's 4-on-4 or 3-on-3 or 5-on-5, can they give you the ball and know that you're gonna make a play even if you don't score? You're gonna make the right play.
That's the question.
Can you dribble? Do you know how to read the court?
Can you be a fucking champion?
Can you be a fucking champion?
That's where it comes to.
When you learn how to be a champion, that's when you make a record.
Exactly.
And that's
you
what
got
it
it there.
is.
I think we can just leave it right there, man. We can just leave it right there, man. Stevie.
And everybody know I make records.
You do.
Come on.
Hey, man.
Come on.
Well, I appreciate you for always putting me on your shit, giving me the opportunities to be on your records. That's why when I started my podcast, this my individual swag, of course, I wanted you on this, man.
Facts.
And I appreciate you.
Blast. We didn't even get to talk about everything that we wanted to talk about.
I had a bunch of shit, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. And this is what we usually do anyway.
Yeah.
But before we leave, shout out Buck 50.
Mm-hmm.
I see you got the package here.
Oh, yeah. Shout out
this
to Buck 50.
This is some shit right here, man.
Family.
And I see
Buck
it's
50
toe
changed
tag.
my life as well. When I was in Palm Springs, Buck 50 basically helped me out with feeling fresh because I wasn't feeling fresh when I was in Palm Springs. And
Damn.
Buck 50, all I did was wear Buck 50 in Palm Springs. And yeah, shout out to Buck 50.
So what is this right here? If you don't mind me asking.
Inside of here?
Yeah, can we see what it is? It's like live on the camera, like, because it looks very exclusive.
I don't want to unfold it.
Nigga, you don't pull this shit out.
I don't want to unfold it.
Nah, I'll play with you, bro. Nah, keep it right there. It's good, bro.
It's some shit that I can't show right now.
But it's here.
But you can go to the Buck 50 site and you can purchase your own shit. And don't wear what I got on. You buy your own shit.
I'm sorry, my brother, but you got to get your own.
Get your own shit.
And definitely for all your podcast needs and all your other audiovisual needs, go to productiveculture.com/podcast.
Sir.
In the How Did You Hear About Us section, put in Big Cali World or Argoon Radio. You get that special discount. Also, for all your swag, go to utblifestyle.shop.
Yes.
Man, Stevie, man, thank you for coming, bro. Real
Shout
talk,
out to
bro.
Mental.
Shout out Mental.
Shout out my nigga Mental.
Hey, man, Mental looking at Shout out Mental, okay? Niggas just know. All right, now that's my nigga. I don't give a fuck. That's my nigga.
Shout out my nigga Mental, bro.
And shout out to Murda. Shout out Kawhi.
Fact. Shout out Kawhi.
Even though he didn't come to the Lakers.
Shout out to my nigga Marcus Black.
Shout out Marcus Black. Shout out
B,
R.I.P. Young B. R.I.P. Young B, my nigga.
Shout
I had
out
to
my
get
nigga
that
FaZe.
right. Shout out FaZe. I think we got,
Yo,
did we get the whole murder? Shit, shout out my nigga Preston.
Yup.
Shit, shout out everybody, man. We here. But yeah, man, it's been great, man. I'm feeling good, feeling great. It's your boy,
Shout out
Big
my
Cali.
nigga Deco.
And Cast One, man. Again,
Yup.
Element Recording Studios in Pomona. For all your recording needs also, too. If you're trying to lay that track down, get in here. You know, we got the vibe with you. If you need the venue, come to Element Recording Studios. And if you need to record it, go to productiveculture.com. And you know
Kelly
what it is.
is a bitch.
And fuck R. Kelly, man. All right. Fuck him. We don't give a fuck. He's a Capricorn, too. I'm a Capricorn.
Fuck R. Kelly, man.
All right, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. I'm high. Feeling good, feeling great. It's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy, Big Cali, Stevie Crooks.
Yeah.
Where can we get your shit, man?
I have a website.
Go ahead and
And
go
that
ahead.
is stvcrks.com.
For sure. Instagram,
My Instagram is Stevie Crooks. No
Twitter,
spaces.
you know,
Same
Facebook.
thing, Stevie Crooks, all that.
Tinder.
Yeah. You find me on all those things. It may be like a cat.
Yelp.
It may be a catfish or something, but as long as the catfish is promoting my music, that's fine with me. If you're a catfish out here and you got me on Bumble and Tinder and shit like that, at least promote my music. Help me out at least.
For sure, man. And then all his music is available on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. He got videos, visuals coming out, man. Shout out Buck50. And we gonna get it out of here, man. It's your boy, Big Cali. This is Big Cali World, man. Peace.
Yes,
Let's go.
Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Ain't nobody fresh like C, built like bear, nigga strong like tree, strong like Kush, too hype like E. Entourage stick so thick like sheet. First class bitch, you know all 3 seats. Got the pass like free, talking free like cheap. You gon' cheat, hoodie bigger than whatever you gon' be. We gon' stack like cheese, that's 100 some G's, nigga. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit.